welcome back. I'm Zoe, and this is Divinity within me, where we take time to get in touch with the divine. In other words, to align with our inner beings. So, Divinity. Woo! How has everybody been feeling? I really apologize for not giving more astrological tune-ins and updates. It has been a wild, wild ride this year. Um, I really hope, I really hope that you can hear me. I pray that you guys can hear me. Okay. Um, so, I'm tuning in now because I've been really getting some amazing downloads, and we're in this really amazing. Right now, it's the new moon in Cancer, so we're having a lot of emotions that are coming up, and we have some things going on in Saturn. So what's going on is we're literally deciding how to, I don't want to say restrict ourselves because that's a little bit harsh, um, but really we're creating more like, limitations is also not a nice word. We're just making it more like, um, this is what I need that's best for me, and so I can realize that maybe there's certain things, routines, regimens, maybe different places, people, things that we do, that we experience, and a lot of the energy, what is really happening right now, collectively and astrologically speaking, is really about us cutting old things that no longer serve us. So cutting things out from the past, and that doesn't mean just like anything from the past, and of course it means like all the things that are not like serving us or whatever, but what it means is more like pattern recognition and then pattern disruption. So yeah, I'm just curious. I'm looking and I'm wondering, I'm hoping, because I don't see anybody on here, I'm really hoping that you guys can hear me and that I don't just like keep talking to myself. Because, yeah, I don't know. How are you? Anyways, so what we're doing is we're noticing, right? The pattern disruption. What we're doing is we're actually catching ourselves, where we might have seen before, okay, I keep doing this or I keep doing this, we're now really noticing it. And, it's really important, right? The definition of insanity, right, as defined by Albert Einstein, the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again, expecting a different result or outcome. So if you want a different result or outcome, naturally you have to do something differently. So how do we hone in the ability to feel the difference of what is ours and what is not? So we have so much energy coming, right? We have these solar storms, we have the Schumann resonance flying through the roof, and then on top of it, we have all of these cosmic, DNA upgrades and light body activation, and all of these things are just rapid fire happening for us. And it's just getting crazy. And what's important is that we're actually taking the time and the effort and the energy. So as we're moving into new earth, as we're moving into a less patriarchal system and a more matriarchal system, or maybe let's not say that, I don't want to piss people off. So we're just moving more out of the way we've been doing things in masculine, like linear ways, and we're now moving more into a feminine energy of doing things more spirally, like more on intuition, more on feeling, on nurturing, on I don't want to, you know, hurt somebody else's feelings, or, like we really should be operating a lot more out of a space of compassion. And so that's what's happening. You just have to give me 1 second, you guys. I need to see, someone's on. Can you hear me or not? Because I just want to make sure if you can't hear me that I change something. Can you hear me? I don't know if I can even see. Goodness. Okay, hold on. Let me try. I'm trying to see if I can. Oh, I'm gonna see if I can actually hear myself talking. Goodness. Okay, hold on. Okay, perfect. Okay, so you can hear me. Sorry. Excuse that. Excuse that. I just wanted to make sure. Hello, whoever's out here watching. Okay. So. Oh, okay. So, anyways, so we're moving into this more feminine energy of how we're dealing with things, and it's becoming really beautiful. And so, my guides, divine, whatever you want to call them, gods, goddesses, angels, ancestors, aliens, all of them, galactic, federation, everybody is here. And the reality is, you guys, is, it's not just a psychic, intuitive medium that has the ability to actually tune into these things, the intuition and all of these things. And the reality is all of this DNA activation and all this code unlocking and everything is creating the space for us to actually bring this into the new earth. And so may we all be and act in a space of more loving, compassionate, feminine response. So before we react, first check in with yourself, check in with your heart, not with your mind, because our mind loves to play tricks. This is more of a linear space, right? Subconscious is maybe less, or when you're in creative right brain maybe, but let's move from that. So let's just keep positive, high vibrational frequencies. So everybody is all going on about Third World War and all of these things happening, right? Well, here's the reality. It's happening. It's frequency. It's a war of frequency. Everything is sound, light, frequency. Everything is energy, right? So what frequency are you maintaining? Now, I just had to have like a really, really intense trip, ego death, all of this, to realize actually that as much as I had thought my previous partner was holding a really high frequency by always having a more positive maybe mindset when things are getting overwhelming for me with new brain. But what I realized is actually that the frequency, the vibrational frequency, was so far off match. And so because of that, I haven't been able to show up and share my gifts and my things. I haven't been creating, I haven't been channeling and sharing. I mean, I have, but just privately, like just like this. And so the realization is like, obviously, it's not just necessarily a person. It could be people, it could be places, it can be things, it can be food. I've had to learn that a lot of things that I used to intake or I used to love really aren't my friends anymore. And I had to really, like, opposed to what other people think, you need to eat 3 times a day. Sometimes I eat and eat and eat all day, and sometimes I don't eat for a couple of days. I like my juice, I like my coconut water. I like to listen to my body. I like to eat intuitively. What is my body seeking? What is it craving? Because if I just feed myself out of habitual habit and I'm not intuitively tuning in, then I'm just keep filling and filling and filling the hole, right? Do we want to fill the hole? Because when we are craving sugar, when we're craving substances, when we're craving alcohol, when we're craving certain things, carbs, whatever, right? It's because the body has a nutrient deficiency somewhere along the way. So if we actually took 2 moments to tune in to our body and tune in and kind of eat or feed or nurture, like feminine, like mother energy, nurture ourselves according to what we might be needing, right? Like when we're not feeling good or we have a sore throat, right? It's soup, right? Same, right? We're dehydrated, it's coconut water, right? So all of these things is a very interesting thing. And so look at that, 1222. I feel like my guides they've been telling me to do this reading and to pull the cards. And mostly the biggest thing is they want me to be doing the twin flame, because as we are rising this level of consciousness and more into the feminine energy, that means love wins, love wins, love, 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 love. So that means the star seeds, the light beings, everybody that actually came here to really like change the world through these magical love stories is actually what they're asking me to share. And I stopped doing it a while ago, and let me be real with you guys. I met my twin flame a really long time ago, and when I do cards, when I do readings and stuff like this, sometimes it can be overwhelming because loves to come through and speak to me this way. So sometimes I'm like, are you just communicating with me like this? Or is this actually like information that I need to be conveying, like collective information? And so, yeah, for like years, like nearly, I'm not even gonna say, people call me crazy. You're imagining these things, la 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 la, all of this, right? And I'm just like, no, like, I know what I feel, like I know what I saw, like this is something like I know you. Who are you? What's your name? Like when you're so certain. Now, don't go off your rocker and be so certain, but don't let people rain on your parade unless you feel like cooling down and getting back. Give me one moment. So anyways, let's get to this reading so we can really, really convey and share this information. And it's so, so beautiful. Okay, so here we go. First, I pulled these cards, and as I was sitting here just pulling the cards to have a talk, as the story intensified, I decided, or was prompted, that I needed to do the live to share the twin flame, and so that's where we're at. I wish I could see, like, I don't know, sorry. I wish I could see, like, if people were saying so I could respond. I'm sorry. So I guess you're just here to listen today, right? Thank you. So, I think this is the Robin Hood Tarot. I actually got this deck a very long time ago at the Manly P. Hall Philosophical Research Library and Institute. Really amazing place in Los Feliz. If you guys are in Los Angeles, one of a very large, beautiful collection of esoteric books. It's not open every day, only special days, but several of my decks actually I acquired through their youth library section. So they came from other witches and wizards, and I love this deck. Now, this deck also happens to be the one that my twin flame loves to communicate through. So I'm going to look at it like this. What I'm going to start to do is I'm going to start to convey the story because, well, as above, so below, right? The universe is a spiraling aspect, and if everyone is just in our story, then I might as well share the story, right? So everyone else can feel the joy. So anyways, the first card, here we have it. The Two of Cups. Now, there's so much joy in this, right? The strength, the lion, the caduceus, right? Like medicine. It's like coming together, partnership dualities with the number two. Coming together is really, just really creating this beautiful scenario. I can see now. I can see now that my camera's a little bit dirty. Hold on. Hold on 1 second. I want you guys to... Okay. Is that better? Oh, now you can see all the sun. A beautiful sun came out. When I finally decided I was going to do the reading, and when I finally decided that I'm definitely over this other person and I need to call my person, the sun came out. Look at that, even the light right now. The sun came out. It's been like torrential downpour. I have a little way of controlling the weather sometimes, so it's not good. It frustrated me. The second card, victory, the Six of Wands. So wands are like, wands is like fire, right? So this is like our passion, but also like, kind of like our thoughts, our imagination, our intuition. So what this is showing is a knight riding back. A knight riding back into victory, right? Looks the same. and they're celebrating him. This is six, so this is about reciprocity. So he's actually he's finally getting, getting the praise that he deserves after coming back from battle. After coming back from battle, finally getting all the praise that he deserves. Now, because it has the wands, we're going to say that this has to do with things that we're passionate about, and also with the way that how we let our mental mess us up or get us in alignment. That can change a lot also, right? So victory is coming in. Riding that white horse with the sun here, that means joy, happiness, something new. So I would say what I see is if we finally see that everything is a reflection, loving ourselves means creating a good partnership for ourselves, right? Healing, using the strength to heal. And then when we do that, then the other person, yeah, can appear. We have victory, right? Victory and success over our passions, over our mind, right? Over the things, having the strength over maybe the things that could tempt us or that bring us passion. Now, I would say just the thought of the fact that somebody did something for me and maybe whatever, like really fired me up. It got my passion going, right? Got me able to like want to dress up and get ready and have fun and be myself. And yeah, that was so beautiful. Strength. And strength is number 8. So strength, and this is the card of Leo. As you can see, the 22, how about that? And 8 and 8 is 16, so that's 7, so lucky. Okay. So the strength is really about, right, the lion is fierce, it's calming the beast, right? Now 8 is the number of abundance, but it's also the number of like effort or work or energy, right? The apprentice is like, it's also somebody that's learning, beginning. And so what I can say about this is that as we learn to tend our maybe our inner demons, our inner monsters or whatever, as we learn to calm those, to find the strength, but really to learn, we become more abundance in our peace and our happiness and our ability. I feel it coming in the air. The Queen of Swords. So this is somebody that finally, and that sword is up. Look at that. Look at the light shining. It almost looks like the day right now. I can't even show you, but it's crazy, literally. It's like almost identical to this light coming through, and she has made the final decision. So swords is about words and action. She has finally said the word, made the action, and said, you know what? Nope. This is how it's gonna be from now on. That's how it's going to be. And so, and of course, we know the queen is the strongest player on the board, so the queen lays the law. The queen lays the law. So, don't piss her off, otherwise I'm going to off with your head. I think that's the more emotional one. Now we have the 6 of Cups. Oh, do I love this, right? I love this one. 6 of Cups. This is about past, past life, past lovers, maybe past family. Generally, this is like past life lovers, maybe soulmates from flames. And this is the memory, right? The reciprocity, the giving and receiving. See the offering of the flowers and the sun coming out. So 6 is about giving and receiving. So when we give, maybe when we give certain things energy, we receive more of them, right? And when we receive more love or energy, then we also have the capacity to get more. Let me get my little lights going. Oh, baby. Oh, so I was listening to this song. I know you don't like me going on about whatever, it's okay, but you're here to listen to me today, so we're gonna do it. Now, this song came on, and I couldn't really catch it, right? And then finally it came to me, right? I've been waiting for this moment all my life, right? And then talks about how I saw you drowning, but I would not lend a hand. I wouldn't lend a hand. I've seen your face before, but I don't know if you know who I am. I saw it with my own 2 eyes. It's all in a pack of lies. So maybe it took him longer than me to figure out the actual truth, and the reality is, call me crazy for so long, and honestly, that really doesn't sit well with Scorpios. We may be crazy, we're comfortable in our crazy, but don't call us crazy unless you want us to go real crazy. You know, like, it's not. Watch your spells. If you don't want to see crazy, then say it playfully. Oh, you crazy, baby. But when you say it as attack or deprivation, then, it starts to run. So what I realized, what I came upon, the realization today was, am I imagining this, right? Because I know there's a lot of people that happen to show up in this lifetime that we've had other lifetimes with, and we feel a certain draw or connection. We feel really intensely drawn to them, and we're trying to figure out what it is. Now, sometimes we are with them in a past life, sometimes they're soul family, and none of times there's actually karmic lessons that we're there to experience or fulfill with each other, right? And so that's essentially the scenario. Now, there is certain people like where you're like, oh, okay, whatever it was, whatever, and then you don't have to continue, on the thing. But then there is certain people where it's like, well, divine intervention is gonna come back around and get you every time. So you can keep pretending like you're better, but a lot of people already made soul contracts, and the reality is all of the angels, all of the ancestors, the total Galactic Federation, right? What they want is for us to succeed, is for love to win, is for the planet. So imagine, imagine is just by making peace and coming together could end all of the hate, all of war, everything. That's what we have the ability to fix. So as we're jumping so many timelines and all the timelines are colliding, everything is happening in this now moment. There is no past or future. There's only the present moment. Right? Meow. Right? Meow. And so, and knowing that, how and what and who we choose. And every moment, especially even what's best for ourselves, despite maybe what other people may or may not be doing, or how much you may or may not love them. You can love somebody but not like who they are, who they're becoming, or how they're acting, or how they treat people. Doesn't mean you love them any less. It just means everybody's got to learn their own things, you know? Okay. I'll stop messing with this. So let's continue. The High Priestess. Look at that. Two. Again, duality. So, we see the moon. Look at this. With our Cancer, new moon. The High Priestess. You see her holding the gazing ball and the book. So she knew all along, but the way that the program, the way that the patriarchal program has been written is to keep us in fear. Good morning. I finally see somebody. Good morning, my loves. Good afternoon, good evening, and good night. Here in Bali, it would be Salamat Sore. It is the evening, afternoon. So anyways, the High Priestess, she knew all along, right? The color blue is, into light blue, is really, it's signifying knowledge, ancient wisdom, but also connected to the ethers, right? She is knowing, she's getting the downloads from the divine. Now, it's been in the cultural program for us to doubt ourselves, for us to live in fear, because when we're in fear and we're in doubt and we're not feeling good, feeling ourselves, then what happens is we start to listen to our intuition. We start to watch the marketing, and we start to eat things that are processed and filled with microplastics, and we start to just do things very unconsciously. You know, one of my, something that was really bothering me, like with the previous, thank you, something that was really bothering me with previous partner was the fact that even though I was like, listen, everything we do is like our vote, it makes a difference, right? Every time that we can do something without buying plastic, right? Because everything is filled with microplastics, everything in the ocean, the food, everything, right? So every time, can we just think about how we're operating and not take the fast, easy, quick route? I mean, if it's applicable, then yes, it's applicable. But if it's not, then let it not be. You know what I'm saying? And so this was something that really got to me, because this human, I was like, this human can't possibly be my human, because he doesn't refill things and just consumes literally every day, coming home with ice creams and candies and everything. I was just like, all of this is in the worst plastic ever. I was, oh yeah, I'll be better. I haven't taught him how to make ice cream, made all these different everything, and still the ice cream is in the freezer, is delicious, and still buying more. So it's really about how we choose, right? Every choice that we make is stating how we want to be, right? And I'm not saying judge. Judging is low frequency. There's a difference between judging somebody and acknowledging or recognizing what we're not okay with co-signing anymore. So, for instance, I stopped going to this beautiful place called the temple because I couldn't, where they throw these events, because I couldn't co-sign the person's intentions and what they do. So, you know what I'm saying? It's this very interesting, but it's a choice, and that we have to make that choice. And it's not about making the choice and judging others. It's about making the choice for ourselves. So I choose to be unhealthy, I choose all these things, and therefore I need someone that's more conscious, someone that's more motivated to be more conscious. I can't be saying I'm eco-friendly and sustainable, producing all of my clothes in closed-loop fashion, eco-sustainability to save the planet and the ocean. But the people that I used to live with are part of the problem and not part of the solution. Catch my drift? So, just take your time, right? Take your time. So, the high priestess, she knew. She knew all along. She knew all along. And people didn't really give her the benefit of the doubt. Maybe they did, maybe they didn't. I don't really know, but that was heartbreaking, right? That was heartbreaking. And maybe because I also feel what I'm getting, I get a lot of downloads as I'm channeling and holding cards, right? What I'm also receiving from my guides right now, this is a 3. So 3 is about manifesting. And what they're telling me is also, this partially was manifested because I knew that this person was my person, and I let myself break my own little heart. By not trusting my intuition more than everybody else, saying I'm crazy. I may not be right 1,000% of the time. Every once in a while, I might be a little bit foggy on the prediction, maybe not understand one portion of it. But I can't remember the last time I've ever been wrong. Let that be a lesson. Let that be a lesson in my predictions. Let that be a lesson to everybody to trust your intuition. And what this 3 knives in the heart can turn into, 3 people stabbing you in the heart, can quickly turn into a celebration, coming together, people enjoying their time. Now, this could have also been the situation, they're giving me a side story, because somebody else's story, is maybe there was a third party. That was heartbreaking. So, Maybe upon that happening or after that happening or whatever else, person decided to become single and they're very happy. Nine is a completion. So this could also mean they became happy with themselves, learned how to celebrate and enjoy, right? Or they learn how to indulge. Doesn't matter, but either way, if they learn how to indulge, then they're completing that cycle. If they learn how to enjoy, then the cycle of being alone shall be completed. And how do I know that? Because the next card is the Ten of Cups. Happy family. This is legacy. This is, hold it where you can see it. This is legacy. This is family. This is property. This is lots of things. Now look at that. Rainbow, birds, everything. 10. That's complete. Completion. That's cycle ending and beginning. So being alone is coming to an end. Having a happy family is coming to a beginning. And the card that was bottom of the deck was the Page of Cups. So first it just takes a small offering of love. So don't be afraid to share your love, offer your love, say your love. So what did I start doing? I started pulling the Angels Tarot. Right? Hold on, I'm not sure like what is making this like this. Give me 2 seconds. 2 seconds. Okay. Hi. Okay, so I started pulling the Angels Tarot. So I was like, is this actually the person? Am I going crazy, you know? And then everybody had the audacity to tell me. I've been imagining that. I was like, you know what? No. That literally made me almost lose my mind. And then I had this interesting fucking trip. And it was an epiphany. And everybody thought it was a bad trip. No. I was a great epiphany of all this time. I've been letting other people tell me that I'm less than, or that this or that has all just been the social construct of fear or not being good enough due to social standards. Now, can I just tell everybody, each person is uniquely individual, and nobody has a specific way or thing they have to force to do. We're each uniquely individual. We are each divinity. We're each source creator enjoying itself in its own individuation, you know, just experiencing itself in different ways. So there is no right or wrong way. There is no you have to be done by a certain time. It's about feeling good. So I said, okay, I'm gonna do this. And now it's like, okay, I have to call this person. And then I upload WhatsApp. And then it was like, no, not yet. And when I finally decided I was gonna ask, and all the sun came out and all this stuff. And then it was like, no, you need to do the video. So if you're watching and you want to see and hear my voice, for you, darling. Now, this could be the one. You've already met the romantic partner you're seeking. New love. A new person has stirred your romantic feelings. So I want to say, I want to clarify on this. Now, this can be two ways. There can be other people that maybe have whatever, but also the person can be new when we acknowledge and um, we acknowledge and we expand instead of contract. We're constantly evolving and we're new people. So I'm definitely not the same person. Absolutely not. Romantic feelings. Your feelings are real and worth exploring. So I'm like, okay, so this isn't all, cards don't lie, right? The cards don't lie. Can't make it up. True love. This is the romance of a lifetime. Give me one moment, please. One moment. Hi, I'm recording. I'm working right now. If you would like to message me or call me or something. I'm recording a live video right now. So, you know, I just can can you come back in 15, 20 minutes? My apologies. I literally cannot. This is divine comedy at play. Divine comedy at play. Calling in your soulmate. Your prayers, affirmations, and visualizations help bring you together. Love yourself first. Your self-respect makes you more romantically attractive. Chemistry. There's a strong magnetic attraction here. Passion. Allow your heart and soul to sing with joy. So then I said, wow, okay. So then I started to sing and I couldn't believe it. And then I said, okay, how about we call in some of the keepers of the light, right? And then first I was asked to take this deck, Island Time Wellness. Okay. And so first I was asked to take this deck, and beautifully, first we have the butterfly. Relationship evolving to the next phase, healing the inner child, growth. Then we have engagement ring. Engagement, partnership, commitment, eternity, completion, union. Palm tree. Stability, security, permanence, growth, endurance, flexibility. Kisses. Unconditionally loving, giving and receiving affection, falling in love, photograph. Looking at your photos, missing you. Nostalgia. Make new memories. Ready for new memories. Self-indulgence. Focus on self, self-worth, time to heal, shadow work, self-appreciation. Now, can I just show you, can I just say, literally, this person would just love to prevent and has been, and not out, maybe not out of, but I think out of fear, you know. It's hard when you know and not only that, but you don't know if you can really keep it sane, and you don't know. You know that you can't continue to live together even in separate stories and rooms of the house. It's really sad and it hurts, but sometimes we have to be here. Self-indulgence. Focus on self, self-worth, time to heal, shadow work, self-appreciation. You know, so, and then I started pulling the Keepers of the Light, and it's really about how we honor ourselves, right? Love yourself first. Your self-respect makes you more romantically attractive. So by saying, no, this is my boundary, I have given 1,000 chances, and you can't, obviously, stop, you know? Sometimes we have to admit, we have to know when to hold them, know when to fold them. So my beautiful Keepers of the Light, first one was faith, humanity, and benevolence. Stay calm, trust the good in yourself and others, see the light in the world. I can show you better. Lady Venus, downloads and understanding. Truth is being revealed, deep insights are coming from heaven and the astral realm. The Holy Spirit, expect miracles. Remember that only love is real. Miracles will occur naturally. Spirit always has your back. You see, there we go. Master Buddha, increased awareness, deep connection, trust your inner voice. Again, are we listening to our intuition? The Divine Director, intervention and purpose. Divine intervention is occurring. Know that you are being guided, and happiness is your purpose. Now, so beautiful. Let's says it wants a couple from here. I know this is super long, but whatever. Better to be longer than shorter, right? Serendipity, number 18, from 9. In conclusion, we got some lucky clovers. Serendipity. Fork in the road. So isn't the serendipity that we've come back to this place, to this fork in the road? I wish I could show you that. Oh, there we go. Come to this fork in the road, and here it's kind of like there's all these different directions, and you know, is this the starting or the finish line? And the choice is always ours in the end of the day. Breathe. And fork in the road is number 13, so that's 4, so that's about 4 motion when we choose, right? Breathe. 29. Which is 11, which can also be 1, 1, 2, duality. So as we breathe into it, it becomes more clear. What's up, preacher man? Now can I ask you guys to do a little favor for yourselves to create some moon water tonight for the new moon. Even though the moon is not there, the energy and whatever will reflect. Now what you can do is on a paper or something that you find sacred, you can use a leaf or a fabric or whatever, it doesn't matter. You will write everything that you desire as in present tense. I am with my twin flame. I am supported, loved. I am living my best life and highest timeline. Look at that yang, the masculine energy, which is 1. So let's begin. And what you do is you write all of this and you put it under the water, and you let the water just sit in the moon, right? And then the next day or night or whatever, you can drink it, and you will actually drink the intentions. Now, I like to actually not just put it on the paper, but I like to read it and speak it into the water, hold the water, and really, like, with intention, focus that intention, because water is very intelligent and stores so much memory that when we're drinking it, that's what, again, we're nourishing ourselves with. So are we using Gatorade, or are we using mineral water that's clean and clear? Fresh juice or dyed? You know, come on, guys. We can do better. Truth be told, unfinished symphony. Truth be told is 14, so 5. So finally, change. The truth is being told. Unfinished symphony, 10. Ending and beginning. So it's time to finish the symphony. It's time to write the final to the sea. 7, lucky number 7. Does that mean my butt's here too? Ooh. Let's sail away, baby. Let's go. Can't wait. Thank you for all of your time, love, and energy. Remember, if you haven't liked, comment, subscribe, or shared, give your witch some love. Help Help. Help, Miss Home Crew. um, no, but seriously, I, I, I think if you guys commented and I was in the algorithm more and you gave me a little more love, I would be a little bit more motivated to maybe do videos every couple days or maybe more than that, you know, like, I mean, a couple times a week or maybe every other day. So, reciprocity, witches, give a girl some love, shout out, smoochy boochies, ciao for meow, as always. Infinite love, blessings, and light. Zoe out.